Hello and welcome to the Creative Kobold. I'm Gyra, and today I have the Reaper Bones 3 Kickstarter core set. Now, I was lucky enough to find this in a Norwegian shop for basically what I would have had to pay for this if I had joined the Kickstarter. So, of course, I got it, and it's time to open it up and see all the goodies inside. So, let's just get started. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know I was in on the Bones 4 Kickstarter, and I am in on the Bones 5 Kickstarter, but I haven't done any of the previous ones because Bones 4 was roughly the time I discovered Reaper. So let's just get to it. Here we have a bag of minis. Just going to go through each and every one of them, get some close-ups. First off, we have this wizard, classic wizard Gandalf type. Very cool looking. I do have a bunch of classic wizards like that, but I don't mind having more. And here we have a ranger of some sorts, or a bowman at least. It's cool. And we have a dog. I'm not good with dog types or races, but it's got like that bulldoggy face, and I don't mind having more dogs. Oh, here's a two-headed wolf like creature, so this would be perfect for a death dog in D&D. Awesome. Next up we have, oh, this is I don't know if it either gnome or halfling. Some cool spell effect going from his hand to his blade there. That's really cool. Then we have this lady. I think I might actually have her already. She's a cool dual-wielding character. Probably a ranger type from the looks of it. And we have next, is this some sort of paladin or knight? Kind of reminds me of, what's that? Is it Arturias of the Abyss from Dark Souls? Kind of got sort of the same look and posture. Next up we have a pack donkey or pack mule. Very nice. I like that. This is definitely a type of paladin, either paladin or a fighter, or maybe even cleric style character. I would say paladin if I was to choose one. And here we have a female fighter of some sort with a strange two-handed blade. Cool. Next up we have the Grim Reaper. Oh, that's cool. Like, there is no face within that hood. It's just a long cape. I like all the folds there. Oh, this is amazing. I'm really looking forward to painting that one up. And here we have a sort of fantasy Viking style character. Though he looks pretty rather spot on, aside from the oversized axe blade and the horns. So that's pretty awesome. I like that one. We have this giant snake, like a giant cobra. This is actually very reminiscent of a pre-painted miniature from Pathfinder, I think. Either Pathfinder or yeah, I think it's Pathfinder. It's very similar, but not quite the same. And they're also very similar sizes, so that's nice. Oh, here we have like a foo lion. That's very cool. I actually have a couple of, or a handful of pre-painted, I think it was either foo dogs or foo lions from a set or an out-of-print game called Arcane Legions, I think. And I repainted those, so this one will fit nicely in with those. You can also see his sack. Alright then. Next up, is this a dwarf lady? Yes, it is. And she is wielding a pretty nice looking hammer. And also she's got a tankard on her hip. That's awesome. Then we have this monk guy. I think those weapons are called Kama. Not quite sure. Either way, it's a really cool miniature. Very nice if you're playing a monk. What's this guy then? This one's a bit cartoony, but still fun. That helmet with bat wings and this large shield with a face on it with a tongue sticking out. This is definitely a big bad evil guy. Then we have this fighter-like female. She's wielding a single-edged sword, as well as one of those super edgy weapons that, you know, was very cool back in the day when you were back in my youth, so to speak. I remember people buying those types of weapons to hang on their wall and stuff, but they are utterly useless in actual combat. But hey, it's fantasy, so there you go. And it's cool looking. So here we have a dual-wielding fighter or barbarian style character with a tattered cloak. He looks pretty nice, he has a nice mustache there as well. It's cool. Up next, another dwarf. Male dwarf, a long beard, and well, he has some getup there for carrying his stuff. But that's really, really cool looking. Alright, here's a small one. Well, there is a... looks like a gnome. Gnome adventurer of some kind. Nice sword and a backpack and lots of interesting things. Then we have this female monk with a bow staff. That's sweet. And another monk with some sort of halberd, or not halberd, but some other polearm style weapon that I can't remember the name of. Another dwarf There's one bald, but with a big bushy beard and a big bushy mustache. Got a sword. The sword looks like it has some sort of runes on it. And he has an interesting looking axe. Then we have this, is it human? Yeah, that looks like a human. Glaive, that's a weapon he's wielding, and I don't think that was a glaive the other one was wielding, but similar. Look, there's a bunch of well-mustached men in this set so far, and I absolutely enjoy that. Here's another one. This one looks like he is some sort of necromancer with holding that implement that is using a skull. There's a chain going down to the skull, and there's some other stuff on it. He's also wielding a nasty looking mace, so maybe a sort of death cleric or grave domain cleric or something like that. Next up is a simple but very nice looking sculpt, a female elf with a bow. Really cool. Yeah. And here is a classic knight or paladin type of character. Possibly a fighter, but yeah. Could have many uses. And lastly, another well-mustached man. This one, he has a book and a warhammer. Very cool looking. I gotta say, I just love Reaper miniatures. There are so many fun sculpts. Let's see what's in this one. Tiny bag here. A bit larger creature in pieces. Oh, he looks nasty. So he's all sorts of wrong in his physique there. So I would call this a Fomorian. But I don't know if the size is quite right for D&D Fomorians. Not sure what size they are. But hopefully they are large sized, because then I can use this. Although, either way, it's a super cool sculpt. So, let's continue with the next bag. Here we have some sort of fighter. This guy looks like something I would use for a Death Knight or similar. His club or mace there actually has a skull on it that has been used a lot because it's sort of battered, and you can just barely see that it is a skull at this point. Next one. Here is a what looks like a cleric of some sort. Cleric, maybe paladin, holding a lantern. Maybe it's a lantern of revealing, so we can see all those invisible creatures. There's a classic fighter style character with a kite shield. Or what Diablo, the Diablo games, video games, told me was a kite shield. I think kite shields are actually slightly different. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, classic fighter with sword and shield. Okay, who's this guy? He is carrying a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah. Huge chest, a small barrel, and some other packages there. This looks very much like a traveling merchant. And it seems like he has this staff with a sign on it to let people know he is a traveling merchant. I'm gonna put him together with that donkey or mule. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. They work quite well together. Right, and here we have... Oh, this is interesting. This is a kitsune from Japanese folklore. And she's wielding like a spear weapon, or the same type of weapon that I don't recall the name of. Some sort of polearm, which is very cool. Next up, we have... Oh, this is definitely a Death Knight type character. That huge weapon of his looks like a sort of trident. It's very cool. There's a larger mini. Oh, here we have a good old ogre. Got the skulls of a couple of his victims hanging from his neck. Very cool. And here we have a gorilla. A gorilla with a spear and a bit of clothing. Just a bit though. Cool stuff. And probably a were gorilla or something. And here we have a were boar. So if you want to run a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles campaign, I don't remember if it's Bebop or Rocksteady, but it's definitely one of them. This would be perfect for. Let's see, a smaller one. This is a halfling or gnome chef of some kind. I imagine that pot would probably weigh quite a bit, especially since it seems to be full. And this guy is well decorated. Seems to be some sort of standard bearer. He's even got a drum on his side there, and not quite sure what all the pieces are here. It's a lot of details on this guy. And here is a classic Conan style barbarian, but dual wielding with a large war axe and a wide bladed sword. Oh, here we have a Kenku. This one I do actually have. There should be two more. I actually have 2 of each of the 3 already. So now we basically have a small band of them. So this one is the one with the katana. Then we have this other one. Seems to be some sort of mage. And let's see if we can find the last one. And one with a smaller sword and a bow and arrows. Is that smaller sword a wakizashi? Not quite sure. Either way, these are really cool. I have painted up 3 of them already. I have 2 more that I haven't painted up, and then we have these. So I've got some work to do. Oh, I have seen this one painted up recently on the Reaper Facebook group. The butcher with a pig. I mean, the pig is so cute though. I saw someone paint this up like the pig was his like magic familiar or something like that, which was pretty awesome. It had glowing green eyes and stuff. Oh, here is another of those fox fox people, kitsune, yeah. So maybe there is one more of them in here, just like with the other guys. No? Was it just the 2? Looks like it. Okay. Here we have a human, bald human with a huge maul. I don't think he would actually be able to lift that in real life, or maybe lift it, but not swing it around all willy-nilly. Then we have what looks to be a classic ninja. Awesome. And here we have some sort of rogue character. A nice hat hanging on his back there, over his cloak. Doesn't seem to have a weapon drawn, but he does seem to have a pistol as well as a dagger. Or some sort of cowboy character. Then we have another monk style character. Ready to punch someone. Next up we have another dwarf with a keg of ale. Just leaning on it with a tankard in hand. The tankard has this cool lid on it as well. There's so many cool miniatures here. Oh, here's one I have actually already painted up. Don't remember her name, but it is a very cool looking priest-like miniature. So works well for a cleric or other sort of priest characters. And this guy looks like some sort of adventurer. He's got like this small cudgel. It looks like a metal cudgel. Lots of details on him. Here is a very cool looking smith working on a blade. Got that anvil there. It's a really cool mini, I like that. And oh, this is a bug guy. I guess his head is just straight up that of a bug. Yeah, interesting, and also very cool jagged swords. That's definitely something I don't have. Speaking of weird creatures from earlier, here's the more classic werewolf. Looks like he's just waiting to lunge forward and attack. And here we have an Oni, or ogre mage. I don't think I have any Oni miniatures, so this will come in handy. Though I'll probably get one from the Bones 5 Kickstarter. Let's open these that are still in their tiny plastic bags, because they come in parts. This looks to be some sort of troll. Oh yeah, here's a nice looking troll. He's actually a bit smaller than I expected him to be, because I've seen pictures of this and I just for some reason expected him to be a bit larger. Though definitely not disappointed, just unexpected. Works quite well though. Next one. Ogre about to swing a giant club. He's got seems to have lost one eye. It's a very nice looking mini, and he has a lot of trophies. And another ogre with the club kind of resting on his shoulder there. Cool. I don't think I'll ever need more ogres ever again, because I already have a bunch, and with these in addition, yeah, I'll probably never have to buy another ogre in my life. First off is this this is what I assume to be a female Oni. It's interesting, there's a lot of Asian and specifically Japanese inspired minis in this set. That's very cool. It's quite a bit of mass different in these, but still same height and some of same elements to them, same features. However, I will say that as is often how it goes, the female version is definitely sexier. So, oh well. I think that's... I do like it when they make female characters that aren't meant to be sexy. It's okay that there are like sexy female characters. Nothing wrong with that. I just think there's a bit too much of it, so it gets a bit boring, and yeah, it's a little unimaginative quite often. I wouldn't say in this case, but in a lot of cases. So let's see what's next here. This looks like a bugbear. Dual wielding a sword and a dagger. That's very cool. I don't have many bugbear miniatures, so that's a very welcome addition to my collection. Oh, here we have a Wizard of Oz style flying monkey. That's fun. Would probably work very well in a sort of steampunk fantasy setting. I'll just assume that all these dark gray colors are Wizard of Oz related. Here's never actually seen the movie, but here's the main character and a small dog. And then we have is it the Wicked Witch of the West? I just know there is a witch in there at least. So this is probably her. Good old classic witch. Then we have... Oh, no, this is something completely different. This is basically Hellboy. Huh. I kind of expected to pull another Wizard of Oz miniature, but this is definitely not that. This is outright Hellboy. Just without the horns, yeah. Hellboy without the horns. I mean, sure, he's kind of taken them off or sawed them off, but still, he doesn't look like he had any horns to begin with. And what's this? This is some sort of robot, probably supposed to be the Tin Man, I assume. So this will also work quite well with any sort of either a sci-fi or steampunk setting. And here we have the Scarecrow. This is a very nice Scarecrow miniature. Oh yeah. He's got a nice scythe. So that makes me wonder if this Hellboy looking character meant to be the lion? Probably is. Yeah, because that's basically the only one missing. Alright then. Let's continue with the white colored bones miniatures here. Here we got a buff tiefling male character with a falchion and a round shield. Then we got a bunch of these. I'm gonna save those for later, because those are probably a whole bunch of. There we go. Okay, so here we have an elf ranger with a short bow. And this looks like another hobgoblin. Or no, bugbear, I mean. Though it would probably work well as a Pathfinder style or Pathfinder 2nd edition style hobgoblin. It's sort of the same look. Then we have some busty female with a spear and a sword at her hilt, or at her hip, in the hilt. or in the scabbard. I'm saying a lot of words wrong right now. Been filming all day, so there we have it. Here we have a dual hammer wielding dwarf lady, and she's also got that crazy backpack thing. Might be I mean, that could actually be her holy symbol. And just so she's always showing the holy symbol. That's actually a neat idea. Another dwarf with some wicked looking axe thing. More dwarves. This one dual wielding hand axes. Are there more dwarves? Yes, there are. Here's one with a horned helmet and a double-bladed dwarven axe and that shield. And we're not done with the dwarves yet, because here's one that is obviously some sort of assassin or rogue. And that's it for the dwarves, I think. Still got a bunch left though. Here's a female fighter or paladin. It's very cool. Her shield has this sort of bat shape on it, or bat wing shape. Then we have this elf lady, I think, with another pole arm and a sword. Next up, there's a very bent sword. Another woman with a shield and sword. And the shield seems to have the shape of a succubus on it. That's very interesting. Then we have a vulture on a gravestone. That's a cool looking miniature. This I might actually just paint up like a statue, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. Either way, it's a very cool miniature, so. We do have these two. This is Mr. and Mrs. Bones. Those are super cute. I really like those ones. Probably not something I would use in an actual game, but probably very fun to paint up. Now, here we do have a whole bunch of lizard folk. So we got 4 lizard folk with spears, 4 lizard folks with bows, and 8 lizard folk with some sort of shield. Looks like a shield made from a turtle shell and a spiked club. That's very nice. I don't actually have many lizard folk miniatures, so these are absolutely very welcome in my collection, as lizard folk are definitely some miniatures you can get a lot of use out of. See, there we go. Let's put it over there. Just do it like that. We've still got a ways to go. Now let's open the bags. First off, we have 4 giant mites. Those are nasty looking. Then let's do this first. We got some more vermin, more insects for giant, what do you call this? Scolopenders? I can't recall the name, but they are very cool. And definitely something I don't already have, so there's that. Oop, okay, so kind of hard to hold it together without gluing it, but this is basically some sort of succubus character reading a book while flying in the air, and her dress is kind of just hanging down like grapes onto the floor. That is super interesting. Is it Sophie? Could be Sophie. Also, there's a lantern hanging from one of her wings there. Alright, I'm gonna put her a bit further up here. There we go. Next up. Oh, look at this. We've got sprues. We have weapon and shield sprues. We got two of that very cool looking sword. There's a staff with some sort of wing crest there, same one there. And two of these bearded axes. And here we have smaller, similar wands with a sort of angelic figure on them. Two warhammers. And two skull shields. Two, what should I call this? A sort of death angel shield. All right. Next one we've got, I'm not quite sure what everything here is. Definitely a couple of interesting shields. Oh yeah, this is the shield that one of the other characters had. This is the succubus style shield. A couple of wide-bladed swords there. Two other one-handed swords. We've got some wicked-looking spears that looks like they are made from jawbone, maybe. And some rods with kind of, oh, those go together with, okay, so there are two pieces here that are skulls with horns on them going backwards. They go onto those two rods there. So those are interesting staves. Then you have two of these type of daggers, kind of curved. And what are these other two things? They probably go together with the the skull staves, I would assume. There's some nice two-handed swords there. A couple of staves. 2 one-handed swords. A couple of wands, I assume, or maybe they could actually be hammers, very decorated hammers. And then a couple of scabbards, yeah. And a couple of shields with an angelic motive. We got a couple of simple round shields, a couple of simple daggers, arrow quivers, and maces, like simple maces. A couple of bearded axes. A couple of warhammers, a couple of crossbows. Got a couple of spears, a couple of normal looking or simple looking two-handed swords. We got a couple of short bows and a couple of normal one-handed looking swords, maybe two-handed. And a couple of axes, like double-bladed axes. All right, that's a lot of modification waiting to be done. Also, that plastic is like hard plastic and not the bones type of plastic. First up, we have a translucent human, I would say, probably. It's got a huge tome and a warhammer, so I would assume this is some sort of cleric. We have another translucent character here with a sword and shield. Keeping up with the translucent characters, this is some sort of probably rogue or a ranger dual wielding a sword and dagger. And a translucent sort of wizard looking person with a staff. Just all wrapped up in a robe there. And here's another translucent character. This is probably more of a ranger with a sword and a bow and quiver of arrows there. Was that all the translucent ones? Let's have a quick look through. Yeah, I think that was all the translucent miniatures. Then we have this lady with another of those pole arms and a short sword. Next up we have this, this is a giant bat or werebat creature. Very nice looking. Sitting on top of a pillar of stone. Here we have a werebear with a double-bladed axe. This is a very nice miniature. I've seen some people paint this up, including one I saw painted him up as a polar werebear. Cool stuff. Here we have a female character with a robe and looks like she's just taking off her hood. could probably work well as some sort of mage miniature. This guy looks like an orc of some kind. Classic orc fighter. Then we have an Iron Maiden. That's something you don't want to end up inside of. And we have a were crocodile. That's interesting. We have a lot of were creatures in here. Next up, this looks like a Yeti. He's got a shoulder pad with a saber-toothed tiger. Very cool looking. Is this another Yeti? Looks like it. No shoulder pad though. Are there more of these? Yes, there's one more here. So 3 different Yeti sculpts. And no, 4 different. And this one actually got a necklace with some, I'm gonna say, some sort of stones or claws or something on it. Oh, it's actually broken. It needs to be fixed. And it's got a nice weapon there. Not sure what I want to call that. Sort of like a pickaxe style weapon. Alright. And here we have, I'm not sure what I want to call this guy. Maybe a human, maybe a half-orc. Got a shield with a bull motif on it, and a nice looking sword. And we have a large sized wolf creature. Well, he looks very angry. Then we have a some sort of I want to say bandit with 2 pistols, one in each hand. Another more modern character. This well-dressed gentleman seems to have a snake slithering up his cane and onto his arm. Another modern-looking character. Seems to be ready to punch someone. Then we have this lady with a small gun. I think these might work well with a either Western setting or like a Call of Cthulhu investigator style game. What's this? Here we have some sort of character that looks like she could be a priest, cleric, or something like that, or maybe a mage of some kind. I mean, there's her staff has an anchor motif, so I would kind of use this character as some priest of ships or something like that, of seafaring or similar. Right, here's another more modern one, a guy with a small gun and a tome in the other hand. This goes up with these guys. And wow, this is a bit too modern for my tastes. A guy with some sort of science fiction gun. Yeah. Alright. A cool miniature, just not quite my thing. And we have a... what is this? A brazier. And yeah, some sort of rack to torture people on. And a stockade for more torture. So that's nice. Oh, this... Oh yeah, this brazier has a hot poker in it. Yeah, so this is straight out of a torture room. And we have these guys. Goblins, set of 3. I have a whole bunch of them already painted up. I don't really feel I need more of these, so we'll see what I'll do with these. Same with these guys, more goblins. I don't think I have many of this set though. I do think I have some. I will have to check that. No, I do actually have a bunch of those as well, yeah. Oh, they are very nice minis though. I just already have a whole bunch of them. So here we have, looks like an orc miniature with a very large bladed axe. Or bearded axe. Now this, as far as I know, is a proper kite shield. So yeah, kite shield and a single-bladed sword of some kind. Looks really nasty. Another orc with a simple shield that has a hand on it. It's probably, knowing orcs, it's probably the skeleton of a real hand and not just a motif they've made. Oh yeah, here's the torture rack. There we go. Now this is the rack. Probably works wonders for your back. All right, that was a lot, but so many miniatures. And so many interesting miniatures at that. This was, as always with the Reaper Bones Kickstarter sets, so much value for your money. Yeah, I'm super happy I was able to find this, and I'm really looking forward to Reaper Bones 5 Kickstarter. I think they've said that Bones 5 is fulfilling in March 21, but I imagine it'll probably become summer, but we'll see. Either way, this was one huge haul, as those core sets always are. Really happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this very, very long unboxing video, because I really enjoyed going through all of these and showing them to you. So, I hope you'll join me again next time. Also like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video.